First of all, I want to shout out both those programs that we're playing for Big Ten soccer tournament championships today, and having both of our soccer programs in the finals, and then to have our women go ahead and win it, which is really great, and congratulations, and more to come to our men's soccer team as well. Also, thank you guys. I hope we keep you really busy this year between having two top 5 teams in Southern California. What a great problem to have to make you guys really busy. But thank you all for being here and covering our team, and it's a great start to what's going to be an unbelievable year. We honestly, individually, I thought that Lauren obviously is just different this year. She's you saw her switch on defense with all those little players and shooting the three. She's obviously, we're running things through her. She's scoring. She's expanded her range. I don't think she wants to be called a center anymore. I think she wants to be a shooting forward. The way she's shooting the 17-footer, but just difference. But more than any of that is her growth in her leadership. And that has been really tremendous. And then Londynn Jones, I think probably most improved of her class from last year to this year. And I'm really holding her to high standards and challenging her, and she's playing the point a lot this year until we get Kiki back. And so just really proud of the growth that these two young women have shown in the offseason and in the work that they've put in. Outside of that, I thought that E did some good things, but we got a long way to go. I know people are saying, well, you have 7 new players and you played all those freshmen. We can do better with our urgency. We can do better with our consistency on the defensive end. We can do better in our hustle plays. And there's more in us. And so that's going to be my point of accountability for our program. And I'll teach through all the rest. I know there's a lot of people out there doing things for the first time, but we got some work to do.
Coach Corey, how do you, as a coach in a young team, how will you, let me rephrase it, what steps will you take to redefine and develop the culture that you want to see and envision for this UCLA women's basketball team? Well,
I think the culture is really solid. I think we have a culture that really reflects our values, but in terms of the identity of our team in between the lines, there has to be I need to be very stern and tough with things that are completely under our control. I don't care if you're a freshman or a senior, that if you're not hustling, you're not talking, you're not focused on the game plan, there needs to be tremendous accountability of that from me. But also knowing the balance, we're not as confident a team as you would think with all the talent that we have. And so there needs to be a balance, a healthy, I call it the healthy tension of stern accountability and just consistent teaching. There's just things we need more reps and we need to know more. And so, that's what we are. We're teachers and we're trying to find that balance. But there are certain things that you have an opportunity when you go out there to gain or lose trust. Not just with me, but with your teammates. And they're just gonna have to be reflected in that in minutes played.
Lauren, congratulations. Today you had a career high 31 points.
Thank you.
Can you just talk to me about how you felt today going into the game?
Yeah, I think we kind of talked about in the locker room, just, holding the same standard for myself every single game, no matter who we're playing, and I think that's kind of what we did today. I thought my teammates did a really good job of finding me. I think DZ had some great passes to me inside today, and I just think that shows a lot about our selflessness. I mean, we just have such great players, and I think everyone can score, but I think, moving forward, I think we have to kind of play through the post, and that's how we're going to get a lot of wins, and I think that's, how we're going to do it for the rest of the season, but I have to give props to my teammates because they did a really good job. So.
Londynn, this question is for you. You're one of the leaders on this team. I saw you barking at Shania about getting in the post. Can you just talk to me about the importance that JB has on his team and her defensive prowess and the energy that she brings?
Yeah, JB's a dog, and we need her. We need that from her any chance we can get. But just holding my teammates accountable for what I know they're really good at, that's an easy sell, that's an easy bucket for JB. So just like I said, kind of just bringing that out of them, making sure that they know what we need and having them bring it every time.
And then?
Londynn, so I know the coach said that she's really been tough on you and challenged you. And my question to you is, how has she challenged you?
I think just holding the standard. Like, we have a standard, and for where I want to go and what I want to be, like just having a coach that holds me accountable to the things that I'm asking for and the things that I want to reach. So I think I would just say that honestly, and just not letting me settle, just pushing me to be who I want to be.
Londynn, this is the end of a crazy week for you guys. You come off the high of being in Paris and winning there, and then starting the season at home. Just sort of, how do you feel like you guys have developed over just that short amount of time? And what have you seen from your teammates being overseas and how they handled that to where you guys are today?
Yeah, I think we work extremely hard, and I think the practices prepares us for everything that we're looking forward to and seeing. But I think we just have to go out there and have fun and execute what's being asked. It's going to take time. You get better every single day. And so I think that just knowing that's what we're striving for, we have to get that done and accomplish that.
And just to add on that, I just really want to thank our administration and our donors, quite frankly. I think we gained a lot in our chemistry. We have 7 new players, and it's not only a chemistry of on the court and what we got to do, but also just the relational chemistry. And that trip to Paris doesn't happen without the support of our administration and the financial support of our donors. And so I do believe that we will look back on that trip and go, there was some seeds planted there that maybe we didn't see right away, but wouldn't have happened otherwise. And so just want to say thank you to those 2 groups of people.
Coach, I know you, so with Paquez and Rice out for a moment, even with that, you were experimenting with lineups throughout the afternoon. Everybody saw the court. Are you trying to kind of figure out what works together or develop the chemistry? Is it more of finding the Bruin identity thing that you spoke about?
I think we have, to be honest with you, I think we have an identity. We just aren't living to it consistently. Our identity needs to be play through the post and play through the paint. We have some really good shooters, but we need those shots to come after they've taken away the paint. And, that doesn't necessarily, I thought, especially the first half, I thought E had some great drives to the basket. And if they're going to send 3 people to Lauren and be hesitant to rotate, then we need to attack. But I think we had we had 51 of 80 possessions against Louisville that we had a paint touch. And our points per possession was 1 point per possession on those. And it was way lower, and most of our turnovers came when we didn't get that. And so we've got to have a sense of who we are. So I don't think that's not a secret. It's just a matter of everyone learning about how to play to that on a consistent basis. Part of it, and I tried to do it less in the second half, but part of it was accountability. There's certain mistakes that were being made, and even though it plays us out of rhythm, you can't keep playing when you have mental errors that I know you know how to do. And so there was a little bit of both in that, and I probably need to, this is such a new team, I probably need to let them play through certain mistakes, but I just have no patience for effort mistakes or concentration mistakes. And so it's not the best way to play long term, but I'm trying to make a statement of what's acceptable and what's not.
So no passion plays right now?
Well, we did. We had our passion play goals. We had 28 and 23 in the second half, but we had 5 and whatever else. So in the first quarter. So we have a long ways to go for consistency.
One more quick for you. Do you know when Kiki might be back?
She's doing great. So I think she's making really good progress. But literally, I call the trainer every day and say, okay, what are we thinking today? What do we progress today? So when I say it's day to day, I literally mean it's day to day. So I'm hopeful that very soon, she's being cleared for more and more things, but she hasn't been cleared to play in a game yet, but I'm hopeful it'll be soon.
And then for either of the ladies, you guys are both juniors this year. This is your kind of captains of a brand new shift. Like, what's this shift been like for both of you? This is a pretty big shift.
I can go. Firstly, I can't believe we're juniors. That's like insane. I still feel like a freshman sometimes. I think the biggest transition has honestly been, like, for me, using my voice. I think that's not something I've ever really been used to because I've always been kind of new, like obviously coming in new to this program last year, but the coaches and my teammates have been really holding me accountable to just like using my voice, and sometimes I have to be mean, but at the end of the day, like, all my teammates know my heart and they know where I'm coming from, so I think that really helps me, but just trying to hold the standard every single day. So.
Ladies, away from the game, what was the highlight of your trip to Paris?
I think just spending time with each other. I think we're a really amazing group of girls, and we're extremely close. So I think that any chance we get to just experience the world together, like, means a lot to us. And just having fun, bonding, going shopping, doing the little things that we do. But I think that that's what makes us so close, and it helps definitely when it comes to games.
Yeah, NIL had never been so appreciated as when shopping in Paris. So. But we got to do the Louvre, we got to do the Eiffel Tower, we had dinner in the Eiffel Tower, had a river cruise that was spectacular, a dinner together on Sunday night. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's hard to narrow it down. I think it was 9 out of 13 of our players, or maybe even 10, had never been to Paris. And so just to be able to have sort of education in 3D, again, like people say, oh, well, you went to play a basketball game. No, more than that. We went to have a cultural experience. We went to have literally see things like, I've said this before, but Tamia said to me, I just am blown away about how new our history is in the United States. And you have to go feel that, see that, think that. And so, I just really appreciate that. And I want our university to know that we didn't just go and see gyms and play basketball. We really tried to experience the culture and learn new things and have it be education in 3D.
Sorry, not to take you away from your Paris nostalgia.
That's okay.
Back to this game.
Yes.
Elena Arnosalo, is that how you pronounce it?
Mm-hmm.
She had quite the performance.
Yeah, she really
and
did.
For you, Laura Metz, how did it feel to have someone like so reliable, giving you some assists, and she's first year.
How many assists did she have?
Yeah.
Anyone tell me?
6.
6. Mm-hmm. Probably could have had a couple more.
Yeah.
You had 7. So how does it feel to have such reliable people, finding you in the paint, and also just like as a team collectively working through every single game?
Yeah, I mean, for E specifically, I mean, for a freshman, like, she's just so talented, and I think she's come in with, like, a maturity to her, and we don't treat her as a freshman. We've been really hard on her, obviously with Kiki being out. Coach Corey's been pretty hard on her, but, she just holds herself to the highest standard every single day, and she's just so skilled, and she comes to practice every single day, like, wanting to get better and asking questions, and she's very reliable, and I'm just really proud of all of her growth, and I think, you saw it today. She's just so skilled, and she's very selfless, and she looks for everybody, and she makes me better every single day. So, but I think for the team, I think for us it's most important just to keep our head down and just keep getting better every single day. This is just one game, and we have a lot of amazing teams that are about to play, so I think just making sure we focus on the little things. And I thought even though today we got the win, I think there's a lot of things we could have gotten better at, so just making sure that we focus on those.
But I did want to say how proud I was of E in terms of how, and I think Londyn's done a great job sort of mentoring her. And, I think that's not an easy thing, and she's done a great job that way. I also, real quickly, just want to give a shout out to Gunnyat Adedunton, the head coach for Colgate. I had the privilege of coaching her, and to watch her now become a head coach and do such a good job. I actually spoke to her team briefly this morning. They're a good team, and they do a nice job, and they're a reflection of her. And one of my other former players is on their staff, in LC. And so I just wanted to say I'm really proud of not only how she's getting her team to play, but also the way in which she's mentoring them as young women and making a difference. But it was a proud moment for me as a coach to watch her do her thing.
Coach, I want to acknowledge that you guys did win by 18 points. But throughout the game, Colgate exploited some backdoor cuts.
Yep.
You guys failed to tag crosses across the paint. How much more potent can this defense be if you guys communicate?
Maybe they'll listen to you say it. I don't know. I think that's really what we've been talking about, is that, and quite frankly, Lauren bails us out a lot. And all those back cuts, and I don't think we got beat on a back cut the second half, but we got beat on face cuts, on shuffle picks across the key. And, but I think this team could be elite. And I also think the other thing we could be elite at is rebounding. We have the size, we have the versatility, and just think about it. We have a lot of talented pieces out there, but when we add relentless rebounding and really stealth defense on a consistent basis, that's why we're so excited about what we can become. We just have to be honest that we're not there yet. We're not consistent enough yet. We haven't shown the character we need to yet, but we will get there.
I'm not trying to get you fined. When you see the refs are calling fouls in the manner in which which they are, how important is it for the team to adjust how they're defending?
Yeah, no, and we need to adjust. We need to adjust. I said it yesterday. I said, guys, it's not going to get called the same way it did against Louisville. And I wish it wasn't this way, but when you play teams that have a ranking difference and it's November, there's a lot of touch fouls, and it's not good for the game. My thing is, it's just not good for the game. It's not good for the fans. I wish it wasn't that way. But that being said, we can't control that, so our job is to adjust to it, and I didn't think we did a good enough job adjusting to it.
And then last question for me, I promise. The game that E had, I know she came from Europe. At which point did you know that she could not only play here in the States, but play in college?
Oh, we knew early. A credit to Coach Tasha and Coach Tony. They are predominantly the international recruiters, and I remember when they came, I think it was I'm not sure if it was U18s or U16s, but they came back and all they could talk about is E. And they're like, she is really good. And then she graduated early and took a gap year and played professionally as an amateur in the club system in Europe, which I just think gave her such a maturity that Lauren referred to. But we knew that nobody else knew about her as much as we did, but what she's doing right now is not surprising us at all. So.
Anything else?
Again, we really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much, and hopefully we'll see you on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you.